What are some examples of social rights? Solid response. Right to education, healthcare, housing, social security, and employment is a valid choice. The following are human rights, except. Well done. The right to an inheritance is the right choice. When do human beings obtain the rights? Exactly. From the time of birth makes sense, and it is right choice. Child rights should be provided by who? Sharp thinking. All adults is the right choice. What is the root cause of child labor? Correct response. Poverty is the most accurate answer. How did the Magna Carta protect rights? Excellent. Prevented imprisonment without trial for landowners is a brilliant choice. To have a democratic government means. Nicely done. That people elect their representatives is a solid answer. What is not a feature of human rights? Valid point. Legally binding is true. Which word represent the human rights? You're right. Security is the correct answer. Rights being indivisible means dash. Perfect. One is not more important than another is the correct choice. Articles in the Bill of Human Rights. Right again, 30 is a valid answer. Anti-Discrimination Board is a smart move. Statutory authority is an accurate answer. What was introduced in the year 1990? You got it. Your choice, Convention on the Rights of the Child, is right. Do women have equal rights with men? Well picked. True is the correct answer. What is the core value of democracy? Great thinking. Human dignity is the right choice. Children need to have rights because. Bravo. They are vulnerable is the answer. What rights are not denied to women? Nice selection. Right to be a housewife by choice is the correct and valid answer. When is Human Rights Day celebrated? Right choice. 10th December is the best answer. What is a positive aspect about T-scenes? Smart pick. They respect the protection of human rights is the correct choice. Human rights can be defined as dash. Well reasoned. All of the above is the correct choice. The human rights are meant to what? Strong choice. Protect human dignity is the right answer. What human right is the Article 26? Nice work. You chose right to education, and it is correct. One right all children have is dash. Excellent choice. The right to receive education is the right answer. What is the purpose of the UNADA? Good thinking. To recognize and protect human rights is the right answer. Why should we respect human rights? Good job. Your answer, because we are all equal, works well here. The Human Rights Day is observed on. Clear logic. Your choice 10th December is sound and 100% true. What is the extent of human rights? On track. Universal is the correct answer. Human rights are violated when dash. correct. All the above is the right answer. Who created human rights and when? Great job. United Nations, 10th December 1948 is the accurate answer. The fact or quality of being human. You chose humanity, and it is correct. This is one of the children's rights. Sharp thinking. All of the above is the right choice. Human rights means into Spanish? Perfect. Human rights is the correct choice. An individual enjoys civil rights. You chose by virtue of citizenship, and it is correct. Why they are called human rights? Right again. Because they are universal is a valid answer. Human rights are derived from great thinking. Natural law is the right choice. Who are entitled to human rights? Well done. Every human being is the right choice. What do you mean by human rights? Nicely done. A moral right is a solid answer. Where do you have human rights? Good thinking. Everywhere is the right answer. Who benefits from human rights? Smart move. Everyone is an accurate answer. Human rights are listed in the... You're right. Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the correct answer. Why are human rights important? Good job. Your answer rights protect us works well here. Where did the rights come from? Correct. The Constitution is the right answer. Right of suffrage is one of our. Excellent. Political rights is a brilliant choice. Who does human rights apply to? Solid response. Everyone is a valid choice. When were human rights created? Well reasoned. 1948 is the correct choice. Human rights are based on dash. Clear logic. Your choice. The principle of respect for the individual is sound and 100% true. International Human Rights Day. Right choice. 10th December is the best answer. Human rights were declared in... You got it. Your choice, French Revolution, is right. Who do these rights affect to? Excellent choice. Everyone is the right answer. Name one type of human right. Bravo. Freedom of speech is the answer. Who are the human rights for? Exactly. Everyone makes sense, and it is right choice. Negative rights refer to dash. Well picked. Freedom from interference is the correct answer. The term human rights means on track. The rights you have simply because you are human is the correct answer. Why was the unudder created? Nice work. You chose to promote peace, justice, and freedom, and it is correct. What are the 7 human rights? Strong choice. Liberty, equality, privacy, association, expression, property, due process is the right answer. Say denominant human rights, sir? Valid point. The fundamental rights of people is true. Human rights belong to dash. Correct response. Everyone is the most accurate answer. Which is not a human right. Great job. Freedom of work is the accurate answer.
What does COS refer to?
Smart pick. Complete disorder or confusion is the correct choice.
Human rights were conceived.
Nice selection. Soon after the Second World War is the correct and valid answer.
What are children's rights?
Correct response. Entitlements and freedoms that every child should have is the most accurate answer.
Human rights are for whom?
Well-reasoned. People is the correct choice. What is full form of utter?
Good thinking. Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the right answer.
When is Human Rights Day? Smart pick. December 10th is the correct choice.
We have the right to dash.
Smart move. Not be discriminated is an accurate answer.
What does UDDA stand for?
Well picked. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is the correct answer.
What's Article 18 called?
Perfect. Freedom of thought is the correct choice.
The right to education.
Great job. The right to an education is the accurate answer. How do you get rights? You're right. You are born with them is the correct answer. Human rights are dash. Nice selection. Inalienable is the correct and valid answer. Equality of the sexes. Exactly. Equal treatment of the sexes makes sense and it is right choice. The rule of law means. Nice work. You chose it applies to everyone equally, and it is correct. All adults must know. You chose about all the rights children have, and it is correct. Separation of people. Nicely done. Segregation is a solid answer. What is Article 12? Right again. The right to privacy is a valid answer. What does it mean? On track. Marriage and family is the correct answer. ACRE stands for. Great thinking. Inter-American Commission on Human Rights is the right choice. What are rights? Clear logic. Your choice of freedom that is protected is sound and 100% true. Malala, focus on. You got it. Your choice education and woman rights is right. UDDA stands for. Good job. Your answer Universal Declaration of Human Rights works well here. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Well done. Contact Narayan Changder is the right choice.